What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. We are on another episode of Makeup by Jai. If you are curious on how I achieved this look, then stay tuned, keep watching the video, and yeah, let's get into it. Hi guys. If you're new here, then welcome. This is a series I've started called Makeup by Jai. In this series, I share a makeup look that I like and I show you how I do that, as well as answering 3 questions, and then we end off with both of us reflecting on something that we're grateful for. So yeah, let's jump into it. Today we're doing a green liner look that is just very angular. We're dealing with a lot of angles today. So first off, I'm going to place a pink color on the lid, and that's going to be the base color. So I'm taking this palette right here, and I'm going to take this color and place that on the lid. Easy enough. So the first question for today is going to be, what is something that I had to learn the hard way? Yes, and on this channel, we're all about getting vulnerable and just being very honest. So I will share my thoughts and honest experiences. So something that I had to learn the hard way is a deep appreciation for my family, I think. Oh, and upon reflection, also the definition of what love is. And according to the Bible, love is patient, love is kind, hello. Love is not prideful, love does not boast, love is not jealous. Yeah, love is selfless. I think that we have learned love from places that has somewhat been conditional. Like, if you do this, then you are loved. If you are this type of person, then you are loved. And the truest source of love comes from, you got it, God. From studying and from learning more and more about righteousness and agape, God's love, the more that I have a more firm idea of what true unconditional love is. Why I think that I had to learn that the hard way is because I mistranslated love through actions that came from jealousy. Actions came from pride, from my ego, and that point, you know, it's not love. It's more of something that's self-seeking. I learned that the hard way through trial and error, and I'm still learning. You know, I'm an imperfect being. If I had it all figured out, then I wouldn't be here on this earth, you know, living out this suffering and living out this journey. Because then, you know, I just have it, you know. But I don't, and I think that learning about love is an everyday journey that we are all on. Something beautiful that me and my friend had read today in the Bible was that, you know, you could have everything. You could have all the knowledge in the world. You could be able to recite the Bible from front to back, but if you do not love others, then you have nothing.
Our label that we want to do. Oh, he's a baby Christian. Oh, he's a mature Christian. And we measure that by how much scripture they knew. That is not how God labels faith. I'd rather you know one Bible verse and do it. Old preacher James used to say, you can have your Bible so marked up, looks like a coloring book, and it won't get you into heaven. You got to come into heaven by the door. You got to come into heaven by the grace of God. You've got to grow by the grace of God, the same grace you were saved in.
You can have anything in this world. But if you don't love others, and if you don't carry that love within you, then you have nothing. Now, what that means to me is this world, this life, is temporary. It's not going to be here forever. What is eternal is our spirit. What is eternal is our love. And that is the driving force in this life. It's love. That is the highest form of energy that heals, that brings faith and hope. For the longest time, I was living with conditional love. And when you have that as a reference, knowing that love is all of these things, love is kind, patient. You know, it sounds so simple, but when you really put that into action and really try to implement the truest meaning of love into your life, you catch yourself slipping. You know, you find yourself envious of someone, you find yourself losing your patience with someone, and that's where you catch yourself and you're like, wait, this isn't love. This isn't righteous. These aren't the steps that I should be taking. I need to change the direction I'm going in. So the first thing that I was talking about, which was how I gained a deeper appreciation for my parents, I definitely had to learn that the hard way, because I think it's so easy to throw the blame around when you're younger. You know, you're going through your phases of life. It's hard to take accountability for your own actions. For the longest time, it was really hard for me to feel a deep connection with my parents, and I think as time goes on and the older I get, the more I see how valuable my parents are. Thinking about how as a baby, you know, I'm helpless. I don't have the ability to feed myself. I don't have the ability to wipe my own ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, the fact that they committed to being caretakers for me till now, wow. That's just beautiful. And knowing that they were doing the best with what they had, it was the hardest thing for me to learn. Hardest thing for me to see and acknowledge and appreciate wholeheartedly. Like, wow. It's just wonderful that by the grace of God, every mistake and every flaw that I had or had, you know, it's forgiven. And I have the chance to grow, and I have the chance to become better the moment that I let go of all of those thoughts of lack, all of those ideas that, you know, it's not enough. Once that's out of the picture, there is room for abundance. There is room for so much beauty and peace, reconciliation. There's room for all of that. Yeah, I'm just so grateful, so beyond grateful that every day we're given an opportunity to take another step, to take a different step, you know, towards who we want to become. I would say that was a tough thing for me to learn, because I was so resistant. I was resistant to unconditional love. I was resistant to hold myself accountable. Although that is still a struggle, I am blessed with these new perspectives and these new opportunities to do better. That goes for everyone. You know, maybe it did take me a while, but the beautiful thing about it is God's always there. You don't miss your chance with him. There's always another chance for you to come home. Maybe I might make a mistake today or tomorrow, but as long as I come home, there will always be a place for me. And that's so beautiful. There is nothing more important than finding that path that goes home. opening your heart to that love. Because as we had read in the Bible as well, once you can open your heart, everything just becomes so transparent and so clear. It's not, oh, maybe, or what if, you know, you just trust. And that's where faith steps in. There is a good force in this world. It's protecting you, and it's caring for you, and it's telling you that you're forgiven for everything. There's no need to hold on to shame or guilt. As long as you put the effort to go down a better path, you're forgiven. There's a brighter tomorrow. I went through a lot of suffering, and that's why I say that I had to learn that the hard way, because I endured a lot of suffering, self-inflicted even, and that was by my own choice. And that's the beautiful thing about God, is he gives you the choice. You know, if everything was just laid out for you and you made all of the right decisions, there would be no pressure to make you into the diamond that you are. I love that comparison, that we go through the pressure to become diamonds. So beautiful, because it's true. All of those experiences, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't. If I could, I would go back and give myself a hug, because I know I needed it. But I had to endure that to build resilience, to have a stronger faith like I do today. It's only up from here. That's the first question. I only got my eyeshadow on, and we are already 17 minutes into the video, so let us continue. So we're just taking the color under the eye as well, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush to blend it out. Now the second question is going to be, what kickstarted my journey towards my faith? Honestly, like I said, I was very resistant. I grew up in a Catholic household. My parents tried to leave the impression of faith and spirituality on me, but I resisted. I was so stubborn. I was like, no, I don't feel like it's fair what the world is going through, all of that, and just going into that mode of blaming something else, you know, just putting the blame on something else, and having the idea that, you know, if God was real, why are we living in this chaotic world? I've just accepted that it was by decision. We make these choices. We make these choices on this earth. There are also, on the opposite end, dark forces that try to seep into our spirit and try to beguile us into doing what isn't good for us, what isn't good for others. I think that the basis of what the Bible is trying to share to people is the good decisions that you can make in this world and how it can bring you more peace. I was questioning it a lot. I considered myself as an atheist. I completely threw the idea of God and anything surrounding that out the door. I had nothing to reach for, nothing, no hope. When I look back, I see how I allowed those negative forces to invade my life, to invade my spirit, and cause me to drown in deep suffering. And it was catastrophic. It was so severe. I was lost. I had no hope. But even through that, even through the doubt, even through the questioning, God gave me a talent. God gave me a voice and gave me the ambition to strengthen my voice, to better my ability to sing and to do art, and just blessings. despite my need to question, despite my need to live in denial, I still was given so many blessings. I overlooked the love of my parents, I overlooked the love of my partners, my friends, and I treated those around me how I felt inside, which was poorly. I treated people with a lack of respect, a lack of appreciation, and sometimes when I look back at old videos and I see myself acting like that, I have to remind myself, because it's easy for me to fall into this feeling of shame and guilt, but you just have to remember that you are already forgiven and there is no need to look back. There is no need, because that has already been washed away, cleansed. Baby, it is all good. I'm doing a green eyeliner now. It took a lot of time for me to get comfortable with addressing God as God. And I remember feeling so frustrated when I would hear about God. I'm just like, ugh, that's not even real. Like, why are you even talking about it? But I'm trying to think of a defining moment where it just clicked for me and I was like, yes, let me accept this into my life. I don't know who really influenced that idea on me. It might have been Mercy, because I would say that Mercy has heavily influenced spirituality into my life. I remember when we were friends, we were just friends, we weren't dating yet, and there's this video where I believe I was opening up to him about how I was just feeling lost and alone, and he told me that God has given me a purpose, he's given me a gift in this world, and to just have faith and to use it.
Play this shit for real whenever you get sad.
Okay.
Jess, when you don't think you have purpose, know that God has a purpose for your life. And all the gifts and talents that you have in your life are going to reach people. You have a purpose, and that's what you was made for. 100.
100. He's always uplifting like that, which is the amazing thing about him. So it might have been him. I think what really started my spiritual journey though was having enough of the suffering. Just being so broken down and at wit's end that I needed to do something differently. And so more and more every day, God has been sending me angels in the form of friends and family, and it's just aligning more and more for me to strengthen my relationship with God. Now, for the last question, how do I strengthen my relationship with God? Prayer, having a conversation with God. In the hardest times, giving all of that pain and suffering to Him, trusting God. Whatever situation you're in, know that it's for a reason. Whether or not it's meant to be revealed to you now or never, just know and have faith that it's for something. Truly. Alright, now we're going to do a little inner corner thing. Little line in the inner corner. We're just going to line the whole eye. Alrighty, so we're about to be done. Just got to clean it up, refining it a little bit. We're gonna take a little bit. We're going to make a triangle right here and then right here. Just being very gentle. There we go, and then now just in the inner corner. Now that we have this finished, I'm going to put the lashes on. Alrighty, now we're going to do a little transformation into my hairdo. Here we go. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk through get ready with me video. Hope something that I talked about, touched on, resonated with you in some way or the other. And just keep pushing, keep having hope, keep having faith. Because whatever it is, wherever you are in your journey, you'll be okay. Now at this part of the video, we will talk about something that we're grateful for. So I will start off and then you can pause the video, reflect, and speak out loud something that you're grateful for. So something that I am grateful for in this moment is the idea of love and the understanding of what love is. Because with that knowledge, I can put it into an action towards others and with myself. So I am just so grateful that love exists in this world and that we get to choose love and move in love. So if you would like to pause the video, I'll be here chilling and you can have your moment to share gratitude to the world.